beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested and ready to begin your day. This is your Daily Tarot and Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for January 20th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, this could be incredibly relevant to your story or horribly irrelevant, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Go grab your food and drink, stick around and enjoy the show. It's general collective. Don't ever force this to fit your life. If it does make sense, I hope it's a good message. It looks like a good message, covered with a little bit of sadness. But if this is somehow a challenging message, we're going to get the why, the what's up, and what you have to look forward to. So sit back, relax. Hopefully this makes sense to you. And if you do have questions about booking a session, go ahead and find me find my email in the description or find me on social platforms. Send me a DM. Do not forget to include your time zone. So what is up? I have this in batches, by the way. So we have really moving on and healing. I think a lot that you are proposing to do. I think that you are genuinely putting your best foot forward, and I can't appreciate this enough with you. What I'm seeing with this is we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. I think that you're really learning how to savor each moment. Something has occurred where it has been kind of almost shell shock with you. Learning not to take any moment for granted. So what I'm seeing here is a completely new, lucky, charmed cycle. Yeah, we can look at it like the cereal Lucky Charms, but I'm seeing lucky/charmed. I said what I said. Okay, complete fulfillment in this new cycle. Everything is in this geared motion. Everything is flowing together beautifully. And I think that you have done an excessive amount of work to really rise above your problems and learn how to go with the flow of life. I think that you are completely filled with this beautiful integrity. You are not beating around the bush. You're honest. And I think that you expect that in return. All of this, there's so much blue over these cards. We have to go with the throat chakra. You are learning how to truly be in your truth, speak your truth, heal it. And I think that more that you have pushed through that discomfort, the more that you have been able to live the most authentic part of your life. And I see that there is an air of sadness around that. Whatever the devastation was is being brought up now because it is no longer part of your journey. And we have this sense of freedom with you that I don't think that you have known before. I'm getting pulled to use the, so how this showed up was like this. I just pulled it off the cards because I have my Merlin's desk. And that card was sticking out, so loyal hearts. You lost a sense of loyalty in your life. This may have been through misunderstandings. It could have been a harsh breakup, a harsh loss. I feel like you lost part of your heart in this. I see this energy looking back, but it's sitting on an egg. There's two sides to this heart. And if you look right where the heart splits. There's a face in there. Now, Colette Baron Reid is known for hiding faces in her images, and that's where that one is. There is a new loyalty that is being established in life, and it is part of a new cycle. Owls represent death and rebirth. This is kind of what has been experienced. The death was part of that trauma, that sense of sadness, the changes that had to occur in your life. Now we have this really new and successful one. There's a key to the loyalty, and both hearts have it. And I see that. Oh, I need to draw more on this, don't I? I see the loyalty that was lost and how that has hurt you. This was a blessed connection in your life. This could have been a mentor, it could have been a lover, it could have been a platonic friend, but there was a deep kindred spirit that has been lost in this. And I think that it was part of your foundation. So then we have going the distance. It feels like somebody's time in your life was cut short. This may be through a breakup. It, again, could be through a loss. It could be through an untimely death or a loss of a job. But this major sense of loss was from, I think, one of the greatest blessings of your life. What did this bring with you? God, one of the major lessons of what has been lost was you learning to be ungodly, independent, stoically independent, to the point of a detriment. I don't think that you actually know how to ask for help, actually, now that I'm seeing this. I'm not even going to ask you to stop and ask for directions. I don't think that you know how to ask for help. I think that whatever you had to leave behind, the shell shock of it or the experience of it, taught you to go things alone. Just do it. This could actually even be a really difficult time frame of your life, from childhood to whatever the long-standing situation was. But this was very damaging in its own right. It felt like you were alone. So how is that even possible? Is this through the... Okay. Orphaned was at the bottom. So there's a major message that is coming through from whatever has been lost. What is the lesson in the message? So I'm just going to go to a postcard from Spirit. This is going to be from the Christ consciousness to you, which is flipped. Okay, so this, I don't know if you hear the car in the background. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. This could be from a loved one. It could be from the Christ consciousness or your main guide. I say Christ consciousness, I'm actually really feeling that particular one right now. But if that isn't sitting well for you, you can obviously see who's coming through for you. But I'm getting a big major pull for Christ consciousness right now. I have these two, so go ahead and pause if you don't want to hear me talk during this. So the first one was, do you feel like, oh my God, I already know what this is going to say. The whole going it alone stoic, listen to this, because do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might not have no value, or you might have no value? Double negatives, thank God I caught myself. Maybe you think that you need to control everything or nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think that you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set a boundary. Delegate responsibility to another. Ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra. I didn't cause it. I can't control it. It is not my job to cure it. Then kick dirt over it and carry on. It doesn't say kick dirt, but I want to add that. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work out beautifully and honestly in the end. Oh, yeah. You know the Johnny Cash song, sooner or later God will cut you down, or whatever your belief system is. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light. That shouldn't scare you. I hope that it doesn't. But what has occurred is going to be revealed, and what has been impressioned is going to be relieved. So there is a shadow part of what has been impressioned on you that you have to be so forced to do these things all alone in your life. And it is going to be relieved. This is the waking up with you. Human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not in bed, but the kind where you forget that you are a spiritual mortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It happens to us all. It happens to the best of us. Gotta love traffic. All right. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while as you develop an identity, an ego, or an ego. Shut up. You begin to see through the eyes of the small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this going on, but you can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lays in spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realm. Your mind, in alignment with the divine intelligence, is unstoppable, and the world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Love, Spirit. How sick is it that this is talking about you being stoically independent, kind of isolating and orphaning yourself, and then it's like, do you feel like you have to do everything by yourself? It's like, how dare you? How dare you? So, let's see. The main part of this, what you need to watch out for, is your base chakra, because this is talking about your security, your passion, your foundation. What's this? Be willing to forgive who? All right, so the people who have violated you in your life. The solar plexus is all about you and taking charge of your life. The power struggles that have ensued. I don't necessarily feel like it's specifically from whatever has been lost. I feel like this is being brought about by what has been lost to be put in front of you so that you can see where you've given all your power away in your life. And it's a time to reclaim it. And it does feel like situations and people have abused their power with you because they saw you as emotionally stunted. That was in the mini reads or in the beginning of this. I kind of want you to go and check that out. But it's you and taking charge of your life in beautiful ways. So I see that Spirit is learning to speak to you and take away your fears. I think that they're kind of coaching you through these hard times. So you are going to be hearing messages, whether it's through me, through anyone else that you are following, through regular conversation in the crowd. You might even pick up on one of those little cleat-ons as you're watching TV or listening to music. Whatever you are getting, it's going to be told to you in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes this happens more visually, but right now you're being told to focus on what is being heard and also learning how to listen and decipher what is a message or a cleat-on, which I think was coined by Colette Baron-Reid. Obviously, I'm a big fan. So, okay, messages from the angels. What do you have to look forward to? Lila. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. And I feel like there's still more. So, happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. Is there one more? What's this? You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort and guide you to the next step. Happiness awaits you now. So this is talking about symbology in your life. You need to actually, so what you have to look forward to is you actually deciding what it is that you do want, not based off of previous circumstances. I don't know if you noticed, but everything has changed. So with this, you're going to have to kind of live that change. Live the change that's already occurred within you. What you had wanted in the past no longer suits your life. It is not a realization of a dream that has been with you all along. It is letting go of what no longer suits you and discovering a new dream. Believe it or not, that could happen at any point in life. This is what you're doing now. So I see that the changes that you've been ushering in, it's kind of been leaving you in limbo with what to do with it. And Spirit has been seeing the confusion with you. So as long as weather conditions are in your favor and you're not in any sort of danger, go ahead and let yourself be grounded by the outdoors. Let yourself be grounded. Let your windows, as long as it's not too cold, be open. Get some movement. Do whatever it takes to get grounded. Actually, if you can't go outside, what could also benefit you, I'm not a dietitian, by the way, is probably ingesting some sort of root vegetable or something that is rooted in the earth, as long as you don't have a food allergy. This can also help with being grounded. I don't know about you, but sometimes French fries do the trick. I'm just saying, sometimes French fries cure stuff, like the momentary sadness. Anyway, so Spirit is telling you to get grounded and that it's going to be working with you through symbols. So you actually might be seeing a lot of animal symbols. Some of you might actually be dreaming of pets who have crossed over and actually seeing pets who have crossed over. I don't want you to freak out, but this can and does happen. You are going to be getting that guidance. I want you to look up what the symbology of what the particular animal is if it isn't a guide that you have already had in life, like one of your animals that has crossed over. So you are making some very swift changes. Yes, some of you might be moving, but some of you maybe not so much. The movement can be a shift in mindset. It can be a change in career, taking on even a new class. It's really putting you in the learning moment. So I feel like you are going to be put into either a new mindset or environment to really start to pick up new information. This is going to be ushered in after the end of this cycle, which is closing up now. You're being told to acknowledge it. So what is in the new cycle? I'm getting pulled to daily guidance from your angels. Ooh, hold on. All right, so I have one here. What's this? Relationship. And then this has been showing up so many times. Okay. Hear me out, because this is even annoying me as a reader, just because I know this new cycle, you've either just started it, it's starting now. Wait, okay, so it's either just occurred, or it's starting now, or it's about to start. This is going to involve complete clean slate, complete with its commitment to yourself. There's a new relationship and there's new soul mates who are coming into your life. Soul bond, soulmate, twin flame, kindred spirit, it doesn't matter, but pay attention to the people who are coming into your life. You will be making commitments. You will be making in-depth commitments. Some of you, yeah, you've probably met or are meeting or about to meet the person that you're going to spend a long-term relationship with, maybe the rest of your life. Some of you are meeting new lifelong friends. Some of you are meeting soul bonds that are going to somehow affect your life, either professionally or personally. But it's all a matter of commitments. So congratulations. These are clear slates, and these are actually very progressive ones. And then we have assertiveness. So this is, let's see, your need for strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. Stand behind you as you speak your truth. Wow, you're going to be a preacher, aren't you? I love it. Be about it. I want you to focus on what it is that you will speak about, because you are going to be put into a position of being heard by quite a few people. It looks like it's going to be, all right, so blessing in disguise. All right, so there's a problem that's occurred, and it looks like this is actually the blessing in disguise, where you get to speak out about the changes that either need to be made, that you see that that you are enforcing. This is going to actually be something that's really thriving in your life, and I see that you will have the support around it. And I see that all of this keeps showing up. Yeah, you have to let this past go. All right, this is going to be the final card. Ground yourself, emphasizing it. So You are letting the past stay in the past. You can keep the memories of it with you, but there's a new life that is taking shape, and you are not going through it alone. This is unfolding. You are going to meet really important key players in this life that you will be committed to in one way, shape, or in many ways, shapes, and forms. But it's also going to be what is going to put you, I think, in the leadership position. And check out the mini reads, I swear to God. Despite your best efforts, you are here to be a leader of sorts. You are not a cautionary tale. Your life, your actions are not cautionary tales. Don't let yourself be fooled by that negative self-talk, which is not even you in the first place. Some D-bag put that in your head. You are going to be put in leadership positions, and you are going to have the love and support of those companions around you, the soul bonds, whether it's kindred spirit, soulmate, twin flame, it doesn't matter. This is going to be long-standing. These are going to be people who are gracing themselves into your life. And yes, you will be letting go of the past. No, it doesn't mean that you won't ever bump into those people or see them again. It just means that they are not going to be the front runners. And who knows if they're going to come back, but for right now, you got to step into this future. So life is giving you a gift. You have to be open to receiving it. It's going to break your heart wide open and create a new platform and this beautiful empiric future. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for January 20th, 2022, also timeless. If you do have questions about booking a private session, again, find the email address or find me on social platforms and send me a DM. I do look forward to hearing from you, and I hope that this finds you well. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. So, funny story. Actually, not that funny, but it seems like there's a discord in a pretty important connection in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic. Yes, these are loving type cards, but you know what? Let's be real. Sometimes we platonically love somebody, sometimes we romantically love somebody. So whichever the door is swinging on this one, doesn't matter. Looks like there's some sort of discord here. Bye. Somebody is not planning on moving on. It's not that. It's like things are going to get better. Things will get better. They have to get better. They know that this is just a momentary, not lapse of judgment or anything like that. It's more like they know that this is kind of an insecurity, a vulnerable state of theirs. There's something bigger that's going on. And I think whoever this is involving is completely aware of the connection, what it means to them, and the work that has to be done, and the work that is kind of the hurdle to overcome right now. It's definitely dealing with the subconscious and rewriting the subconscious. I feel like they're emotionally stunted. This could be you, it could be them, it could be anybody who this is about. So emotionally stunted, I feel like this is kind of trauma-based from obviously a past experience. I feel like there's a time period that somebody's locked in. They are ready to move on. I think that they're genuinely fighting to get out of that mindset because they know the strain that it's putting on whatever the connection is. It feels feminine, so it's conditional, it's withholding. I think that this is something that they're bringing into whatever this connection is right now. So what is this kind of looking towards? Well, you know, awesome cards, but it's going to take some time. Anybody who's involved in whatever this connection is, this is going to be a commitment because they know what this is. They know what the hurdles are and how it's not even relevant to their situation. And they are going to turn out, I think, better than what it was before. There's a new level of intimacy and understanding going on here. So the work that's going to be going on is some sort of reflection in the subconscious, understanding that what the trigger points are. And actually, I feel like it's almost a point of emotional time travel for them to go back to whatever that experience is and actually rework it for themselves and get closure on it with themselves so that they can get to whatever this connection is, I think with new eyes, and I think kind of smooth the feathers down after they've been ruffled. But this discord, it's only temporary. I'm not worried about it. It's shadow work. It looks like you're moving on after a time of some sort of material or financial struggle. I do feel like this is a replay of cycle in your life of coming from scarcity. Oh, major fear in moving forward. A lot of things that you're afraid to let go of. I think that these wounds have kept you protected for quite some time. And I think that there's a fear of authority that, not a fear of authority with you, but a fear of the authority that you'll have to have in order to break this cycle. Why does it always have to be so hitting something hard? Why does it always have to be just get your way through it? That's not going to work. That's not going to work through here. Yeah, it's going to get the paperwork done on it, but it's not going to take care of the emotional need of it. Believe it or not, that part actually matters. Maybe even a little bit more. Sorry, as I'm saying this to you, a notification pops up. So, okay, you got to give yourself some wiggle room. You've been way strong for way long enough. You don't need to be so disciplined and structured. You need to be a little bit more compassionate and caring with yourself. All of this reeks of masculine energy, momentum, forward moving. Yes, you're desperate to move on. You have to take care of the emotional structure before everything else can follow suit. That's actually the way to prosperity. How I know this has a bunch of 8s in it. 8's all about success, materialism, and abundance. This is talking about that. You are seeing a new wave of success, and there's a major fear of losing that. Yeah, you're definitely coming from a hard time, a mind of scarcity, maybe even an impoverished mind from what your experience has been. I'm not saying that that has to be it, but the level of scarcity and how afraid you are to have all this gifted almost to you after your hard work, trust me. You're going to lose it if you are focused on the fear of losing it. It's time that you really acknowledge how incredibly far you have come, how mindful you are, how capable you are. Yeah, you haven't mastered the self yet. So where is this all leading you to? Oh, man. Chaos. It's going to be a lot happening at once. Karma's drawing to a close, and then we see you having to let go of that painful past that might involve you letting go of some people because you are embracing more resourceful and fulfilling connections in your life that have the same ambition and drive as you do. Yeah, this is going to get you more compassionate, and it's going to get you to stay put. I see your confidence coming back full swing and your intuitive insightfulness, which is only going to build on your prosperity. So it looks like you are in a way retreating to a more adolescent time in your life. I feel like there's been a lot of responsibility that has been cast upon you. And I think that you're ready, but there's a major fear with this. There's a fear of, first off, you being taken seriously. I don't think that you're used to, being seen as a full-fledged, capable adult. I see there is a readiness, but a major fear of moving forward. What I'm seeing is the ending of a hardship. And it looks like this is a major time to let go, but it's completely at odds. You're stuck on the fence. You're ready, but there's a huge terror in being ready because in your mind, I think that what I'm seeing for you, even though other people are projecting a sense of adolescence, you are actually locked into, I guess, a feeling of adolescence, or retreating there. This is the resistance mode. Once you start making real progress in your life, you are no longer in your comfort zone. And your brain, being as amazingly wonderful and smart as it is still in its own right stupid. And it's like, this isn't safe. We got to get to a point of being safe. We have to go to what we know. Even if it is toxic or garbage, the brain will do that sometimes. You have major decisions on a lot of them that you have to start making in your life, not because of a timeline, but because you are ready and you are ready to take the next step and the doors are open for you. You're not going to lose out on these doors. So this is saying, get away from a lot of your influences. This is going to be a point where you can't have those influences around you, because all it's doing is making you backpedal. You don't want to go there anymore. That was a time of where you didn't have power. It had a sense of innocence about it, but that's not where you are now. You still have this beautiful life ahead of you, and it's time that you step up for it. You have to show up for your life on this. And it is feeling like almost cold-hearted and callous to anybody who's looking at this. It almost feels like you have apathy in it, and that's really not the case at all. You are not letting your freakouts rule you. You're not letting your emotions rule you. You are seeing what the best foot forward is, and knowing that you are going to absolutely love and thrive in it. This is truly what you want. You're just not going to let your fears navigate you anymore. I hope that made sense. There's a lot of insecurity and a lot of indecisiveness, a lot of feeling completely inadequate no matter what you do in a situation. And I see that you are exasperated, exhausted, and I see that what's going on with you, you really tried to pick up on how other people were going about this situation, the living situation, the work situation, your dream and ambition. I feel like it's kind of geared towards those. For some of you, it might be a relationship, but honestly, I'm getting more of materialism in this reading. So I think that you really tried to absorb all that you could, but I also feel like it just wasn't cutting it. It wasn't your path. It wasn't meant for you, no matter how hard you tried to want it, tried to be in it, and tried to excel in it. I think that you're probably a very capable person in here, but something was grossly missing from your life in this situation, and I know that you wanted to mask it. Life's not going to let you get away with that. So what I'm seeing here, it started here. You're incredibly brave. I need you to know that. Being completely honest with yourself about who you are not, I think, was the most ballsy move you could have done. I feel like you are incredibly lucky for how you are getting away from the situation. I also see that this is going to take continuous reminder for yourself, because I do feel a nostalgic point in wanting to, I think, go back to whatever this idealism or idealistic mindset was. It's not for you. You are genuinely striking out on a new path and breaking away from whatever this I don't want to say a catastrophe. It's not a catastrophe. It would be for you personally, but anyone else, I think that whoever else this was involving that you're taking notes from, they are authentically on the right path. You are different. You wouldn't be happy there. So what I'm seeing is a constant reminder of, it's not about who you are supposed to be. It's about who you authentically are. So the final card for this is going to be knowing where your passions are and start making the drastic changes in your life. Okay, let's see. You need to stop beating yourself up. You've become way too familiar with doing this to yourself. I think that it's become nearly a pleasure with you kicking your own keister and almost curb stomping you when you start to feel joy in your life. You can move on. You can move forward. You can be calm in the feeling that you have it moving forward. You can actually be looking forward to looking forward, if that makes sense. You can really start to live your life again. There's a lot of guilt and remorse that you feel for feeling this way. This is the crossroads. You are looking forward, but also you have one eye looking back, and trust me, that's a funny image if you think about it, but in actuality, it's not very funny. I know that you lost a lot, major, in your life. very painful. You still have life to live. You still have a life to look forward to. You still have dreams that you can actually start to make plans for. Life is still happening for you. So what I'm seeing in here is the desire that you have to actually refocus your life. There's so much guilt that you are feeling with this. I know that you are ready to move on. I know that you are tiptoeing around making these plans and being adventurous and seeing life for the opportunities that lay ahead. How are you going to get through this guilt? What is, okay. Oh, wow. To see that what has been cared about, what has been loved is always going to be in your heart, and that it's breaking your back, and dwelling on it and staying there is actually stopping you from everything that you do want. Life is giving you a fresh start, and you're not going to be at a loss this time. So these are the cards that fell out, and then I felt this one coming out, and that's about getting over abandonment. You can always keep your heart with you, but you cannot stay in the past with where your heart was. You are at a rebirth, and I see it's going to take time for you, but you have to take the next step, knowing that your life is not going to be taken from you once again. You got to take time, but you have to take the step. So, we're afraid of moving forward, huh? Afraid of how fast things have been changing. I know that you're trying to pump the brakes. I know that you feel alone in this, and I know that these changes are unstoppable no matter how hard you try and pump the brakes. That's stressing you out. So I feel like part of you is going along with it, but also part of you is sabotaging it. Sabotage is a big word with this. So what I'm seeing in here is, this is how I know that you are like this natural leader, this magical manifesting boss. You know that these big changes are completely altering your life, and you actually have the power to not only witness it, but to try and sabotage it and still prove that you have more that can be worked on in your life to just somehow hold you back. It's like, I know that things can get great, but what if I was a complete F up? So what I'm seeing here is, first off, the audacity you have. I love it. You are really this cool powerhouse. There's no denying it. Your biggest freak out is how great things can get and the responsibility that comes with it. So there's really no stopping you. And I think that you're fully aware of your power, and you are, by manifesting this complete break in it, are even more emphasizing how much of a powerhouse you are. It's like, I'll have the success when I'm good and ready, not when it is ready. That's really arrogant of you and kind of funny. So you doing what you're doing, what's this going to lead to rather than a pain in the keister? You're going to lose something. You're going to feel like you have no choice. It's going to take away a lot of the, God, this is obnoxious. This is going to take away a lot of the fluff words, a lot of the lying and deception pieces, because while this is part of the journey, this is actually going to get massively sick of you, believe it or not. I don't even see that as a bad thing. Things that are getting super agitated with you, the lying aspects, the parts that are only out for themselves rather than collaborating with you, these are going to be the people who are jumping at your throat. So in that sense, it kind of makes sense fatally. So sit back and watch and see who becomes a total D-bag. And then I see no matter what you do, it's going to be this absolute coming together and celebration. You got to weed out the D-bags though. They're false leaders.